Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm the founder of Intentional Parents Academy. I love to work with parents. In fact, I'd say that that's my super power, if there's anything like that.
Hello everyone, my name is Oluwatoyin Osagi-Opo. I am the director of the Just Live Light Academy and the founder of the Discipleship Academy. I believe that God has called me to raise children to be Christ-centered and to live to best potential in the world and affect your generation.
My name is Auntie Etimaomi. I'm the founder of the Responsible Teens Academy, a teen mentor and certified counselor, also known as Mama Purity.
My name is Triumph Adekule. I'm the convener of Tea and the Boys. I'm an image consultant, and I'm a parent.
My name is Idris Adekule. This is my amiable wife. I'm an auditor. I'm a risk manager, and I'm also a parent of 3 kids. I'm so much interested in parenting because it's become a serious issue.
Hello everyone, my name is Joy Eshimokai. I'm the founder of House of Gladness. I'm a banker, an author, I'm a life coach. Am I supposed to say I'm a coach with this friend? And I'm the official MC of the Intentional Parents Academy.
My name is Chidozie Eze, and I am a teens coach, author, and founder of Teen Success Academy. I'm also the convener of 360 Success Bootcamp, themed Thrive, a bootcamp where we raise teenagers.
My name is Ebuka. I'm the founder of Save the Boys Initiative and the convener of Boys Leadership Academy. I'm a boys coach. Oh yes, the king of boys. I'm passionate about raising boys that will thrive, into raising boys that will make the global impact that we desire to see in our world today. We mentor, equip, and empower boys to live positive and productive lives. And we're in this space doing great things.
Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Mariba Chima. I am the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and Community. I am a parent coach, an educator, and an author.
My name is Kunle Ologe, marriage counselor and founder of the Marriage Seal Academy. Wendy Ologe is my wife, obviously. Wife for over 13 years, mother of my children, and personal coach. I need to add that part.
Whoa, who is Coach Wendy to me? I call her Prof. Coach Wendy is my mentor, my teacher, my shepherd, let me use that word. And you know, one of those people that when you go left, she just teases your head back small. So she's everything to me, and she's my parenting touchlight, if I'm allowed to use that word.
Coach Wendy is an inspiration. She's someone that inspires. She's someone that when it comes to parenting, you look up to.
Coach Wendy, she's my mentor and my coach. I met her last year, and I must say it has been an amazing journey. My life has been transformed. My belief system has been transformed. And one thing about Coach Wendy is she is very value-centered. She thrives on principles and structures. You cannot have a relationship with her and not put your life in order. In terms of parenting also, she's been able to help knowledge, you understand, knowledge on my parenting journey. So I'd say it's been an amazing relationship.
Coach Wendy is my friend and coach. She plays these 2 roles awesomely. She's a committed friend, very loyal, and always ready to see you become better. She's a coach also because she would stop at nothing to ensure that you are what you're supposed to be as a parent.
Mother in Israel, Mama Cathedral, my mentor, my fire. Anytime I feel like, just sleeping, I'll just tell myself, what will Coach Wendy be doing now? She's somebody that inspires and motivates me in this work. People just see how far I've gone and they're like, how did you get here in a short time? I say, a lion cannot give birth to a dog now. I say, look at the lion that gave birth to me and see the fire.
Coach Wendy is many things. So Coach Wendy is my mentor. Like, when you I mean, the first time that word I used that word was actually Coach Wendy. She's also my coach, and that person that has told me the truth more than, I mean, in recent times, that she's like that person that will tell you the truth with all sincerity. Yes, that's what Coach Wendy is.
Coach Wendy is plenty things. Coach Wendy is Coach Wendy. Coach Wendy is my coach, mentor, advisor, someone I regard lately as an elder sister. You know, that person that can call you and bring you and say, hey, come here, come. So that's who Coach Wendy is to me, and of course, you know that I hold her in high esteem.
Coach Wendy is my friend, she's my coach, she's my mentor, she's my sister, she's an inspiration. She's the reason why I'm here today, sincerely.
So I usually like to say that even before I met parents, I've started intentional parenting. So a lot of people think that, oh, some of the things that we do them because we meet parents, we need to show them. No, we started doing it, and you came to meet us doing it. One of the reasons why I started the Intentional Parent Academy was my own experiences as a parent. I got the opportunity to become a parent to a teenager when I just started parenting. And that showed me the flaws, that showed me the things I didn't know how to do. So instead of fighting or arguing, I knew that there was a better way. So I went on a journey to educate myself. I went on a journey to do courses, to find ways. And you know what? I started to do magic. And I found out that knowledge was everything about parenting. And after a while, people around me would say, why do you want to keep this to yourself? Why don't you want to teach the world what it is that you know as your children? It's just something about the way you parent. And boom, somewhere, somehow, I got the inspiration by God to actually begin to run an academy for it. And today, we run one of the biggest academies in Africa. I like to call it the Parenting Harvard. So yes, that's how the Intentional Parent Academy started.
Interestingly enough, when it comes to parenting, when we first got married, I was the one who first started teaching my wife parenting. And along the line, she decided to go and study more. And so she did a lot of studies, did a lot of reading of books, did a lot of courses, and eventually emerged as a parent coach. So right now, I'm under her tutelage. And truly, I love learning. And anybody who has the knowledge that I need, I will humble myself and learn from the person. And so I learn from her every day. I attend her courses. I attend the Inner Circle program. I'm always a part of all the teachings and everything. So yes, it's been interesting.
Inner circle is better experienced than explained because it's just, I don't know how to call it. I see inner circle as a city without walls. It's a city that has everything you need on this journey. Because when you're parenting and this learning, what else do you want to, you can achieve the success you need. Inner circle is that place. I always call it the quarry sites we are made, where we are sharpened, as in there are chisels, there are hammers that are just sharpening you, chiseling out everything that you wanted to make you fitted to be that parent that will build your child to wholeness.
I joined the Inner Circle program in December after I met Coach Wendy. And I remember when she had talked to me about the Inner Circle program. My son is 17. I was like, I mean, what else? What am I going to learn? I mean, what else is there to learn? But I must say, when I joined the Inner Circle program, it's an amazing accountability system. And because so many times, the problem is not with what we know, the problem is in the actions, actually being consistent with what we know. So that's really helped me.
I've been in the Inner Circle for 2 years, but I've actually been tutored by Wendy for about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, 2016. As a matter of fact, my daughter graduated on Saturday. And when I sat in that hall, everything that came to me was Coach Wendy, because it was because of that, my daughter, that I went to look for Coach Wendy. And being in the Inner Circle reassures me every day that I'm in the right path. The things we do, it has made it very easy for me or us to be able to connect with the children with the tools we are given every day. I would never have even imagined those things. When they post those things, I'm like, where did they get this from? So it's been a journey. Inner Circle. If you're not in Inner Circle, I will hold you by the balls. That's just like the sign.
The Inner Circle is a parenting community. It's a huge parenting community, and it's been a great pleasure and opportunity to be part of that community. It's a community that has been on the prize. It's a community that needs to get more into the world. Come to learning. A lot has been learned. Personally, I've learned so much from the community, and also as a father, as a husband, even as it has made a better person, even in my office, and people I relate with.
The Inner Circle for me is that program that fills all the gaps for me in my parenting. So as a parent coach, it's very easy for you to go about trying to help other people with their challenges, and sometimes you forget that you have your own challenges too. So the Inner Circle for me is that total filler, is a system that reminds me that there's so much to be done. And thank God for the Inner Circle, I am able to create that, not balance, I'm able to fill all the space that I ordinarily would have left to my parenting. So it's an awesome program, and it's been a great experience for me.
I think I'm one of the first
tell people that only fools doubt proofs. You can't see the kind of results and proofs we have at the inner circle and tell yourself you want to jump out. Sometimes I feel we just compile the results into a book, just the testimonies alone. If people think inner circle is for people who don't know what to do, no, it's a place for kings. It's a place you come there and see coaches of coaches. You come there and see fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers. It's not a place for people who don't just know what to do. It's for people who are intentional about their journey. And like I said, I can never get tired of hearing Coach Wendy. And I don't want to expire on time. So if I'm not learning, how am I going to continue in this work that I'm doing? So if I'm not inspired, then I'm going to expire. And I don't want to expire.
Coach Wendy's relationship with us is amazing. You see her genuinely interested in your assignments, in your work. She does this through referrals. She does this through recommendations on, other trainings. She's constantly looking for how every one of us stays on our lane and then dominates that space. She always says to us that, look, the work is a lot. We don't even need to bump into each other. We can stay where we are, do what we have been called to do, and still become stars and still shine. She's amazing at putting everybody together.
But maybe that's coach or that's person that, think of the person that has the umbrella that takes everybody in. I don't know of another person that wants the good of everyone at the same time. She's constantly telling you what you need to focus on. She's constantly interested in your success. And sometimes you think it's just when it comes to work. No, it's not just work. Somehow she manages to connect with you, even with your family, your children, and all that. So she is a unifier. That's in one word.
Coach Wendy is rightly called the parenting bishop. You know what the bishop does, and just gathers all the other men of God in the cathedral. And so she has an awesome relationship. She's a people person. She has this capacity to magnet different kinds of persons and work with them at their different capacity. She's an activator. She empowers people and activates them to succeed on their journey. That's what she does with a whole other coaches that works with her in the space.
Coach Wendy is just selfless. She's a giver.
I believe so much in Coach because I can see her sincerity. When Coach calls you, you're gisting, right? Having fun and everything, and then something comes up that has to do with your child. She just switches. You can see that she's not doing this, she's not faking it out there. She knows that your children turning out right is a plus for her. She usually would tell us as her friends that if your children turn out badly, people are going to come for me. So she's committed to ensuring that she's your friend, yet she's ensuring that your children, her children, turn out well. I love Coach so much because people don't know this part of her. She's very accountable. Yeah, there are a lot of that as her friends and sisters, we can call her to say, Coach, check this. Coach, check that. And she's very humble. Trust me, she will obey. She will comply.
I mean, when somebody just leaves everything she says, everything she says, the strategies she talks about, she practices them, the principles, she lives them. I mean, when somebody is what she says personalized, how can you not believe? She's my friend. I believe in her. I see her live everything she says. I see her do everything she asks everyone to do. I see her model it. I see her raise her kids exactly the same way she teaches us to. I mean, who wouldn't believe in someone that lives what she preaches?
Hey, Mama Cathedral. That word is so funny. Mama Cathedral, the VC. Which other one now? Mama Cathedral, Coach Wendy, the VC. Is there anyone I've left out now? I'm also giving her the principle of parenting Harvard. Because she's just awesome.
Mama Cathedral, mother in Israel, the parenting bishop. The people are still saying Africa. He's the world bishop, world best coach.
So sometime in 2018, after the TIP Academy was launched as an academy officially, I thought of what it is that I can do for parents to make, parents begin to learn. I thought of convening a free online conference. In that time in 2018, it wasn't popular to convene a conference online. It's not like now where everybody is actually streaming live for conferences. And, I got the inspiration to have people just come teach people in our community. And we did that, starting with my mentor, Taiwo Akinlami, and Tayo Yotim, and Ziobi. These were just the three people who were at the TIP annual conference in 2018, and it was so impactful. I don't think anything had happened like that in the parenting space before. It was one of the best things that happened to many parents, and I thought this can be done in a larger scale as we go. Quite a number of parent coaches all over the world, because I was privileged to have spoken on global fronts, speaking at the Facebook Parenting Summit in 2019, being in the place of global parenting systems, teaching in a parenting forum for the Pakistanis, and it gave me access to quite a number of people. And today we have one of the biggest parenting conference ever that runs online, and we're able to reach parents, thousands of them. This year alone, we have over 1,000 parents who are going to be watching streaming live, and that's something to really be grateful for. So the Inner Circle program is what I call the Harvard of parenting. So I was sitting down in a church one of those days, and my pastor was preaching. It was something that was very unconnected to what I heard. And I heard, a voice said to me, parenting is not about tips and hacks. I need you to create a system that actually takes parents through a process. Because there's no tip here and there that parents are going to get that's really going to help their parenting. That same day, I came and I called one of my accountability partner, Coach Etima, and I said, this is what I heard, and I need to move on it. I don't even have clarity of what it is and what I should do it. But I've long, learned from my journey to trust God to be able to actually show me a clearer picture as I move. And as I moved on, to start the Inner Circle program, it was as if everything was opened up to me. And every year, I have been privileged by God to show me exactly what it is that I need to teach parents. At the beginning of the year, my team and I, sit down to create a curriculum. Sometimes those curriculums, I'm wondering, where did you learn these things from? And I like to also say that, it struck me when I heard my friend, a mentor, Pastor Siri, say to me, some things are taught, some things are caught. When do you cut some of the things that you teach? And that is the truth. So the Inner Circle program is one of those things that I caught. And that's why the things that we teach, like I always say, it's not on Google. You can't find it. It's something that you can say, oh, I heard it somewhere and I want to just Google it and just learn it. It's not on Google. It's not that's why it's called the Harvard of Parenting. The Inner Circle program is one of the best things that have actually happened to many families, and I'm grateful to God for it.
Also, welcome to the TIP conference, the TIP Parenting Conference 2022. And I wish that every parent be a part of this. It's an international conference. We have so many speakers, so much to give, so much to take.
The fifth of its kind. You cannot afford to miss this session. You miss, you lose. Get your friends, get your family, everybody get on board. Parents to be, join us at this 5th edition.
My advice to you is get a new jotter, and I'm not joking, a big one, and don't miss a single session, because if you blink, you will lose.
Thank you so much for joining us for the TIP Annual Conference 2022, the Parenting Advantage. I thought of the Parenting Advantage when I started reminiscing on how I grew up. A few days ago, I started to talk to someone, and I said, I was inspired by people like Flora Wamba, and I thought of it. I had access to these books just because my parents paid attention. So I had these books available for me to actually have access to. And every time I think about it, I actually had a parenting advantage. The question will be, what will you be to your child? An advantage or a disadvantage? This year's annual conference has been put together to show you how you can become an advantage to your child. With 32 coaches from all over the world. I don't like to say that this conference is free. I like to say to you that this conference has come at a price. But there are people who have paid the price. People who have taken the burden of what you should have paid. And I want you to be grateful for the gift of the TIP conference. Welcome and congratulations to you all.
Wow. So much already. Hi, everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the day 2 of the Intentional Parents Annual Conference. It's been so amazing, and I believe that everybody can attest to that fact. My name is Ojobo Agbo, and I will be your host for this session, which is the last session for today. I want to quickly thank Coach Wendy and the amazing team at International Parent Academy for the opportunity to be your host in this evening session. I don't want to assume, I want to believe that a number of us were able to listen to the session with Bridget Miller, right? If you were there, if you attended her session, I would love you to just go into the chat box. Just show us a fire emoji to tell us how mind-blowing the session was. And if there are a thing or two that you learned from that session, just one word: amazing, beautiful, inspiring, mind-blowing. Just give us something in the chat box. I will give us a few seconds to do that. Just give us something in the chat box. How was the session with Bridget Miller? Or really, how has the conference really been so far? Let me get some responses in the chat box. Let me get some responses in the chat box. How has it been? Oh my God, I love that. I love that vibe. I love that vibe. Let's do it some more. Let's do some more responses. Mind shifting. I love that. Eye opening. Mind opening. Amazing. A wow session. Insightful. Subtly insightful. Lovely. I love that. Awesome. I love that. Great. So once again, thank you to everyone who has been part of any of the sessions that has held, and specifically for being in this session that is holding right now. Like I said before, my name is Ojobo Agbo, and I'm going to be your host for this evening, right? The intentional, just a little brief, the Intentional Parent Academy Inner Circle, which I believe you heard a little about while the video was playing, is an annual subscription-based coaching program that is transforming the lives of over 1,000 families who already plugged into our coaching system. Just now, we played a video, which was like a review of the things that our yadas are saying about the Parenting Academy. You got to hear about other the reviews from parents who are part of the academy. So you want to join us? A lot of more information is being passed on the screen right now. You can reach us and make sure that you are part of the community. That you're part of the community. So within a short period, I will be having my guest for the evening. Our guest for the evening, he'll be joining us in no time. He'll be joining us in no time. But I think a review should be able to roll out. So guys, if I'm right on my schedule, the team is supposed to roll out a short review.
Ebuka Ede is into voice development and youth mentoring. He does this through mentoring, coaching, and training them in life, leadership, and purpose, and also by acting as a parent partner. He sees to the total development of boys and advocates for their well-being. He has certificates in emotional intelligence, teens mentoring, and organizational leadership. He is a graduate of sociology with an MSc in operational leadership in view. He also has a certificate in non-profit leadership management course from the Lagos Business School. For over a decade, he has taught boys, teenagers, and youth in a unique, practical, and humorous way to learn personal responsibility, breaking and overcoming addictions, and leadership. He is a TEDx speaker and also speaks at youth conferences, seminars, schools, churches, youth, and parent platforms. He offers consultancy services for individuals and families. As a way of sharing feedback from his experience with the boys, he convenes the Boys Leadership Academy, Total Men Online Summit, Mentoring Club for Boys, and convenes the annual International Boys Conference as a platform to train boys and men on how to lead positive and productive lives. He received the National Volunteers Award in 2020 for his work for humanity and was listed among the top 10 finalists for Nigeria Diversity Award. As the author of The Journey into Manhood, which is a great resource for boys and young men. He is happily married to Ruth, and their union of over 5 years is blessed with one biological daughter and many foster sons. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to the Intentional Parent Annual Conference 2022, Ebuka Ede.
Hi, Mr. Ebuka. Good evening.
Hi, Ojobo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Or good evening from Austria.
Amazing.
Hope you can hear me loud and clear.
I can hear you very well. So excited
Okay.
to be having you this evening. Like, a lot of people are pumped. I can already see it in the chat box. King of boys. We are so excited and highly expectant. So guys, I need that fire emoji in the chat box. Let's give Mr. Ebuka some ginger. While you're at that, make sure you have your pen, make sure you have your paper, because you're going to hear it as you've never heard it before. Mr. Ebuka, we can't wait to hear you. Once again, you're welcome to this session. Thank you for being, you're kind of already part of the family, right? But thank you for being part of this conversation this evening. We look forward to hearing a lot, learning a lot from you, and obviously, you know that I'll be here with my biro and paper to learn a lot from you. So, I think, are you ready? So let me be sure. Are you ready? Are you ready for us?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay.
We are ready.
Okay, amazing. So over the next 40 minutes, you have the floor. Like, for the next 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, you have the floor. So, Mr. Ebuka, over to you. Everyone, please make sure that you are learning, make sure you are paying attention, and enjoy the session with Mr. Ebuka.
Right.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my mother in Israel, Dr. Bishop Wendy. Thank you for this opportunity. And for every parent here, thank you for trusting us. And to the others, I'm saying a special welcome to every one of us. We are just going to be building on what we've been learning. For everyone joining us from different parts of the world, it's great to have you all here. Thank you so much, TIP, for having me again in this platform. I think this should be the third year I'm speaking in TIP conference, and I'm so delighted. I don't take it for granted at all. All right, to all parents of boys there, raising kings, I want to celebrate you specially. Thank you for joining us. We'll be speaking about the parenting advantage of raising wholesome boys. Amazing. Wow, there's a lot to say. I don't know where to start from, but I believe we're going to be learning something that will transform us, that will give us light, this morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Now, before I came into this session, I was just reminiscing of what is going on around the world and with boys, looking at the statistics of what is happening, and I'm really, really burdened. I'm really, really troubled. Even just seeing what is happening in our nation, Nigeria, the rate of insecurity is alarming. Hearing that schools have been shut down in some parts of the country because terrorists, bandits, or some people are out there and not allowing others to, just have a normal life is worrisome. And I just keep praying. I'm hoping, where are we going to be tomorrow? And while I was just thinking about that, I remember research I saw in 2019. He's an Edu celeb. It's the Ministry of Education website, you can confirm, showing the out-of-school children in Nigeria. And it was alarming to know that for 2019, we had 62% of that number were boys. Now, out of over 10 million, we have over 6 million, close to 7 million that were boys. That was in 2019. This 3 years after, I could imagine the number of out-of-school boys we have in Nigeria. The challenge we're having in the world is that we didn't even read the flags. We didn't see the signs. These issues have been there over time, but we are beginning to see the resultant effect of the neglect we have over our boys. We are beginning to see, but it's just looking as if it's becoming very late. And that should also show us how much strength our boys have, how much power they have, that if the energy is not channeled positively, it can do a serious havoc negatively. And today, people are restless all over the nation, even around the world, for boys that are not trained. Can you now imagine if these boys are on the streets carrying guns, we are trained and equipped? Can you imagine the magnitude of their strength? Can you imagine how the world will be? Can you imagine the strength, the fire that will come out from them, the productivity, the increase, the impact will have? What is that showing you as a parent? That there's a lot inside your boy as a king. There's a lot inside. That if you don't bring that out, the challenge, the devastating effect will be something that we can't bear. And one of the worst things that will happen to you as a parent, you're not just having a wayward child, but having a wayward son. It breaks parents like I can't explain. So do you understand the magnitude of strength that is inside of your son? And what are you doing about it? I was just reminiscing today, and I was just thinking about it. For us as Christians, you discover that the serpent that was not dealt with in Genesis became a dragon in Revelation. And I tell parents, what you don't tame will tamper with you. What we didn't tame years ago is tampering with us today. That boy you didn't tame, that boy you didn't train. What it will become tomorrow is not something you can behold as a parent. With serpent that was not tamed in Genesis became a dragon in Revelation. As it is so frustrating having an undisciplined boy. It's so frustrating having, one of the, Coach Wendy would say, it's frustrating raising an unskilled child. An unskilled boy will frustrate you. And that's what we are saying. What advantage do you now have as a parent when you're able to raise this boy in a wholesome way? What advantage do we have? How do we do it? How do we navigate through this process? When people say, boys are this, it's becoming tough. What can we do? We don't know what to do. What we didn't tame as a nation is tampering with us today. And that's why it's so crucial for you as a parent to raise. But I keep telling parents, you can't fight a battle you're not aware of. If you don't understand the implication, you won't rise up to it. Most parents discovered when that baby has become a man, when it has been fully formed, when he has transited from the space of formation, and it becomes difficult. One of the speakers today was talking about how when a child is already 18, whatever you've not done is just managing. A lot of parents are just managing instead of following through the process. And it's so difficult to manage. So we have the time from 0 to 18 to shape. Not just start shaping at 13, because I keep saying a fool at 18 first became a fool at 10. All right. And when we meet that formative stage, we are going to really face a lot of crisis. And as I talk about this advantage, there's a story I saw somewhere in the scripture that really thrilled me, and I want to talk about that story again. It was the story of a widow. Somewhere in the Bible, there was a widow that had 2 sons. Very interesting story. 2 sons. And what happened to this widow? She had a lot of debt in her hands. Her husband was late, so she had 2 sons, a lot of debt. And one day the creditors came for her and said, "Madam, give us our money. We want our money." And this woman was crying because they've threatened to make her sons their slaves if she doesn't pay the debt. She was crying. What will I do? My husband is gone. I only have these 2 sons left. What will I do? You know what this woman would do? She went to a prophet, Elijah, and cried, "Please help me. I don't have anything." The man of God said, "What do you have?" He said, "I just have 1 small oil. That can't do anything to me. Help me." Man of God said, "You have oil. It can do a lot." And what did he tell? Yeah. So go and borrow vessels, plenty vessels, and bring to your house and start filling those oil in the vessels. It looks very strange and weird. Which one is bring vessels for this small oil? So when you say creditors are coming to take your children as slaves, you need to pay. But she obeyed. She went and borrowed vessels from her neighbors. And you know what? The more she was pouring that oil, the vessels, the oil didn't dry up. It kept filling up. It kept filling up. The boys were giving her the drums, and she was filling up. And until the last drum, and she asked the son, "Give me more." I said, "That is all we have." And the oil ceased. And the man of God said, "Go and sell the oil, pay your creditors, and live your life as a parent." What wisdom are we drawing from that this evening? A lot of wisdom to draw. And for me, somebody will say, "How did she get those debts? How are those creditors?" And for me, I see those creditors as the things coming for our sons in this time. As in the darkness and the things that are after our children. If some of us don't understand what is coming, we don't understand how heavy it is. I keep telling parents, you can't fight a battle you're not aware of. You can't, some of us don't understand how heavy the times are. Those who don't understand what we are fighting. You don't understand when we are talking about these principles, when we are asking, what do we have in response to what is happening? We don't understand. These creditors came, but she was the one that took the debt. And most of the things coming now are the mistakes of our yesterday. We are the one that bankrolled the devil to this point. All that is happening, we see all manner of cartoons. What is in the mind of so many boys now is games. Like, games are literally taking over our sons. Movies, all manner of things. You keep imagining what is going on. You go to prisons, you go to drug rehabilitation homes, and everywhere, and you see boys filled everywhere. And you keep asking, what is happening? How did we get here? How did these creditors, how did we enter into this debt? A lot of parents discover when the creditors are already coming. When the thing is just ravaging, and you're asking, how did I get here? We are the one. The mistakes of yesterday is what the world is suffering today. But there's a pathway. What can we do? What can we do? Our children, our boys, are the vet. I think they are filled in the streets. And my heart bleeds when I go to the prison. My heart bleeds when I go to drug rehabilitation homes. My heart bleeds when I go to school and I see the report of national exams every year, how these boys are dropping drastically. My heart bleeds when I see videos online of how boys of 13 are using their friends for ritual. You ask, how did we get here? We were bankrolling the enemy long ago. And now we are seeing the resultant effect. But what can we do? Because there's a way to the city. There's a way to raising kings. Why am I saying all of this? So that you will know that what we are talking about is not a joke. Until you see the light, until you understand what we are fighting, you will not rise up with strength. You will still be delegating and sleeping and just playing about it. We are facing something that we need to begin to work as tribes and teams to say no. If they have books, we have books. If they have programs, we have programs. If they are learning, we are learning. If they are equipping, we are equipping, because we are raising kings that have strength that can turn the world around for good if you harness them. The creditors are already here. And a lot of our sons have already become slaves because so many parents don't have what it takes to pay and redeem our sons from this darkness. What wisdom are we learning? What is the parenting advantage of raising these wholesome boys? And from this story, I'll be sharing 4 things with you. And the first thing that happened, and I'll keep saying it over time, is to go for knowledge. Let me tell you something. Do you know that a lot of our boys have outgrown the knowledge in our home? I discovered a lot of boys have outgrown the knowledge even in our churches. Some boys have outgrown the knowledge even in the schools they attend. Some people are still teaching, we are still in the 60s. They've heard the pillars of the church and the principles, the same thing over and over, and they are tired. Some of your boys know what you will do, what you will say when there's an issue. They really know your response. They've outgrown the knowledge of your home. That's when I'm talking about going for knowledge. I'm saying not to argue, continuously developing, continuously equipping, being up to date in your knowledge tank. A lot of our boys have outgrown the knowledge of our home. Some of our boys have outgrown the knowledge of your devotion. Your devotion is not making impact again. There's nothing new. But look at this woman. She went and cried and said, my sons want to be taken as a slave. I need help. She understood the implication of losing her kings and she cried. So many parents, where your son is already in ICU, some of them are in coma internally, but we are taking selfies and laughing and watching Telemundo when our sons are in the room under coma. It's only a mad person that the child will be in ICU and he will be taking selfies. Some boys are already in ICU, coma, need urgent kidney transplants emotionally. But we are taking selfies and we are traveling here and there. What we left, we come back. We will come back and meet it. Do you? Some of our sons have outgrown the knowledge of your home. They have learned this conference. It's not enough. Some of us go and change our devotion tactics and strategies. They finish hearing what. Some of our sons, they are tired of what they're hearing in church. There's nothing new. There's nothing new, and that's why nothing is changing. When I'm saying go for knowledge, go for an updated version of knowledge. Some of us are in the first edition of knowledge. When we're in the 21st edition, you're still in the first edition of the book. We were in the 21st century. Which knowledge are you using? Of 1953? They are gone. So when you are saying something, they can't relate because what you are seeing is outdated in the past. They are going, the kind of stuff they are going to. One day I was talking with some boys about some things. Oh, don't do this. I think, what are you talking about? What we were discussing our time now is sex positions, not even have sex or not have sex. He said this one is, he said, I'm mumu de gebele. So people are teaching us, don't when you have sex with a girl, you get pregnant. It's not good to have sex. Sex is not good for your body. It will you. You are seeing 3rd edition. We are in 21st edition. What else? Next. When we're talking about trends, when we are dealing with an ideology, when we are dealing with a mindset, we are still scratching under the pots. It will be your pot is far gone. Some of us even need to begin to change where our children are feeling spiritually because they've outgrown that knowledge. Sometimes I listen to some of my son, I'm looking, who did they listen to? Which pastor did they vibe with? How am I able to help them learn? Even if they are not in that person, how can I encourage them to learn under that person? Some of our sons have grown the knowledge level of your home, updates. Even if you are in the inner circle, your sons know you are in the inner circle. They know what you have said last year. Upgrade, auntie. Upgrade. What's new? They know how you respond to some upgrade. They're upgrading. The internet is upgrading them. The media is upgrading them. Today we are talking about Disney saying by the end of this year, at least 50% of the character will be LGBT. We are still behind. Upgrade. What is the knowledge base of your home? What is the knowledge base of the school your student is attending? See me, I'm going to shatter some table, and there are some schools I'm not comfortable with. Well, if you're okay with it, I'm not okay. You see those schools, those boarding schools, where they will wash clothes for the children, sweep their room, wash their toilet, do everything for them, and even literally feed them, even wash their plates. That is rubbish. Upgrade. Upgrade the knowledge level of your son's school. Where are they? Is it the one that is teaching them? Don't talk to girls in your class. If you talk to them, it's not good. The school upgrade. Upgrade. What is the knowledge base of the school they are attending? What is the knowledge base of your home? If we don't meet up and rise up, our sons are gone. So raising wholesome boys with the parenting advantage is a parent that have the advantage, parent that has light now. Light puts you on the edge. You're a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. But what will take you to the hill, you need light. There's a way to the hill. Before you can be on the hill, you will climb the hill now. A city set on the hill was not built on the ground. Somebody has to climb with caterpillars and everything to build it on the hill. It's not joke. So who are raising boy with global influence is on a hill that they are set. You know what it means to climb and build on the hill is work. What is the knowledge base of your home? Go for knowledge. Your inner circle, upgrade. What next? You attended the last one, upgrade. I think some people have come and say, oh, it's the same thing they said last year. My son have attended that camp last year, uncle upgrade. Who is still teaching last year? What we are telling you here, you can't find it on finding on Google. Our bishop will say, upgrade. And that's why I don't jump with anything that comes here. Because the people that after our children, they upgrade, they are upgrading. I was shocked to see how a lot of boys are addicted to pornography this time. I was shocked to see anime, this app called anime, and seeing that there are some games that even have pornographic content, games, and they'll be playing animated pornographic games. Like, so you will still be, I was scared of some apps. When I saw some apps, you would never know. It's just the anime or animation. You will never know what is inside. You need to upgrade. Upgrade. Some children hide pornography on that calculator. Upgrade. Upgrade. My son is quiet. He's very gentle. He doesn't go at anti-upgrade. Who is talking about that? Who has quietness helped? Upgrade. We were here last week and we heard a very shocking story of how one very quiet boy that could do, they didn't know he can kill a fly, wanted to shoot the father down with a girl and was even involved in crack cocaine. Was gentle and quiet. The shock, the father received the shock of his life. Upgrade, upgrade. We are talking about my son. I checked history. There's no pornography. Who is still keeping history? They clear it now. Upgrade. Upgrade your knowledge bank. A lot of our children have outgrown the knowledge bank of our homes, of our churches, of our schools. You need remedial plans. You need to change churches, school, whatever, to help you stay in tune with what is happening this time and fight. I keep saying this, knowledge for knowledge. And only those who know will be strong and do exploits. If you fail in the day of adversity, it's your strength. And knowledge is strength because joy is strength. All right, knowledge is joy. And so when you fail in the day of adversity, your knowledge level is low. Is low. Let's move. What is the second thing I want you to do? So that woman went for knowledge. She cried. Don't be there and say, my son is showing pornography. Let's not tell anybody. I'm protecting our family name. Let's hide it. Okay. The serpent, he didn't tame in Genesis. He became a dragon in Revelation. The boys who said they were in school in 1960, we have now discovered they are not in school. Even those in school can't go to school because of those out of school. Upgrade. The woman went for knowledge. I see a lot of pompous, proud parents. Your child is dying inside. Listen, no, we're talking about family name. We're talking about a generational influence. Some of us have killed our children in the name of family name. Family name is only sad man. Family name, family name, family name. Who told you your son was brought into the world for family name? A king? A generational impact? You are killing him under family name. What is family name? What is family name? Is a family name our village so that you not you don't know you are sitting set on a hill. You are still sitting set in your parlor. Some people are still sitting set in their maybe no a valley set in their bedroom. Some of you, your son is a king in the bedroom, not even a king in the compound or community, talking about the state, nation, or the world. Wake up. We are dealing with something bigger than us. We need knowledge to advance. What is the second thing that happened? I'll tell you. You see all those limiting belief or those myths. Look at the woman say, hey, my son, they will become slaves. There's another widow that also had the same issue. She said, hey, these people so that they will not, this is the only thing left. If we eat it now, we will die. Who told you? Who told you we will die? All these limiting beliefs. My children cannot, they don't go out. If boys go out, they will not start smoking outside. If they, sorry. You see, all those limiting beliefs, just kill it. Mommy, all those things, my baby. Some people, your son is still 17 and still sucking breast, like emotionally sucking breast. He is my son. He is our only son. He is our seed. He is our inheritance. Oshe inheritance. Just cut out those things that will not allow you to move. All those limiting beliefs. Don't limit your children because of your mindset. Don't limit them. Everybody that goes to a boarding school will become bad. I heard that if they go to this place, if they travel, they will not kill them. Let them not go to camp. I don't know why we come and you know this. You can't raise a king if you are limited. You can't raise a king with those loads because it's a veil that will not allow you to see far. A lot of you are parenting in the now. You are not parenting with the eyes of the future. If there's no foresight, you can't fly. You need force to fly. You can see before a plane takes off, it gathers a lot of force. Boom! Some of you are crawling and yet you want to fly. Leave those limiting things and fly now. Prepare yourself. Look at people were here when David spoke in the meanwhile, if you didn't attend that program, I don't know what you're waiting for. Of how somebody gave his friend 90 million to promote LGBT. That is for phase 1. In Nigeria, I'm not talking about US, Nigeria. To promote, and that's phase 1. When you finish phase 1, we give you 2 times the money for phase 2. Then phase 3 and 45 is there. Millions. 90 million. That is the one we know. I have faced them personally. That is the one we know. You don't want to know the number of billions pumping for the destiny of your son. But pay 2,000. No. What are they even saying? What are they even talking with 10,000? 40,000. Hey! If you go to rehab, 4.2 million in 3 months, your son will still come out and go and smoke. Wake up. All those limiting beliefs about my son. Boys, they shouldn't do this. Scatter it, as in go and bury it. This night should be burial and bury it. Can't go out. No, my son cannot. In our family, boys don't used to. They don't used to shout on boys. In our family, they don't used to. Who is talking about your family? We're talking about the world. They're talking about family. They are still in family. Here, level 1. We're in 21st century, level 21. You are still talking about 1900. Family, inheritance, this, he is the breadwinner, he is the this thing, he's the man that takes over our family name, he's a boy, he shouldn't do anything. All those mindsets that boys are this, boys are this. Hey, if a boy gets to 17, he must smoke, he must, all those buried mindsets. Let me not even talk a lot about that because there's something I want to say at the end. 3, and I want to go to 4 because I want to dwell on 4. Number 3. So, I tell people, there's a part in the scripture that talk about the passing of the Jordan River. You know? And for me, I see sometimes like Jason and some is like going to pass the Jordan River. And I tell parents, go to the Jordan first. Let it be that it didn't pass. Go first. Some are afraid of going to Jordan River, and the river will not pass. But the river passes for that man of God. He didn't pass inside a room. He had to stand up and go to Jordan. What looked impossible? Whatever you've seen everywhere, if you do the work, your song will be different. Forget about the numbers we are hearing. If we are intentional, that's why I really wish we can hold our hands as teams and tribes and begin to run. Because these people that are after our children, oh my God, you need to see their commitment. They are diehard. They will believe that I saw one song of one was singing that we are coming for your children, the audacity, the commitment, the unity, the harmony. But we that have this thing, the advantage, we are scattered. Let's go. Number 3. Relationships and network that will build your capacity is what you need in raising your son. Look at what that woman did from the story I said at the beginning. The prophet told him, go and gather vessels. Enough. And begin to pour. Go and gather. What if that woman does not talk to any of her neighbors to give her vessels or drums? What if she's in a neighborhood, she doesn't talk to anybody, she's on her own, on your own, she knows everything? Who will give her drums? You see that in her getting knowledge, she needed tribes and teams. She needed relationship. Sincerely, you need relationship and network that will help you build capacity for this work. If this woman didn't have neighbors she was talking to, how will she get vessels that the oil will fill up? She had people. She brought vessels. She brought drums. Relationships. That's why I keep saying, is it here is not enough? If you're not in the inner sector, I don't know where you want to be. How much is 50? I think inner sector is so underpriced. Like 50,000 a year. Where? In 1 week, you have exhausted the 50,000. Because we will be blown away with lights. Blown away with lights. Blown away with lights. And that's for me. That's why you see relationships you need. You see people that are, you will think you don't have time. You see people that are working. By the time you see somebody's family value, you'll be like, am I sleeping? By the time you see what people are saying, you wake up. You need relationships and network. Because like I said, we need to thrive in tribes and teams. Come into the ark. And let's hold our hands together and run. Look at cartoons filtered with darkness. I go to some places, some parents don't even know what is happening in cartoons. I was somewhere with my wife last week, went to visit. So they were playing something for the children. And we saw the cartoon. It has about 8 or 9 series. In all the series, there was a particular character that wore only one cloth. She didn't change it. It was a cloth of a rainbow, the map of LGBT. Throughout that cartoon, she was wearing it. But because we had knowledge, we knew where they were driving out. Throughout the whole this thing series, she was on it. Every other person changed, but she didn't. It's like, put it to their face. Force it down their throats. Something my children doesn't understand. It's spirit versus spirit. It's an indoctrination. It's an ideology they are fixing in. If you don't have knowledge, if you are not in tribes or places where we can know this, how are you going to know what to do? I don't talk to anybody. And this don't involve anybody. It's me and my family. Let's lock our door. Let's be learning it together. Open the Bible. Open each other. Until rest now and grow up. You need people. You need people. Your sons will get to a point where they don't want to listen to anybody in the house again. They want where you are in the 4th floor of their life, like our coach will say. Before you get to the 4th floor, you need the people that have been in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floor that will be influencing them. You need to connect with them to be able to get to your sons. You need relationships. You need networks that will help you to build capacity for this time. If you want the parenting advantage in raising a wholesome son, no, you can't do it alone. You can't. You can't. You can't. You can't do it alone. Especially for the fathers that are not even available. Stop crying, whoa, go and look for a mentor. Uncle is not around. You cannot kill your child. Look for people that will help him. Because some fathers, you talk to them, you will talk, you say, no. The father say, no, what are they doing in that place? They're just eating your money. Daddy, your wife will go and still gather knowledge and come. She has gone higher. instead of you to learn, you will still fight knowledge. Let me not even come to fathers this night. Let fathers come first. So nobody will feel attacked. Who are in your circle? And the last thing I want to talk about, because I know we'll have questions, is if you must raise boys, wholesome boys, with the parenting advantage, you must win your sons from childishness. Mothers, win your sons from childishness and release them to a world of responsibility. A lot of boys, a lot of teenage boys are still in the body of a 3-year-old boy. I'm telling you, win them. Enough of breast milk. Win your son from childishness. If you remove responsibility from a boy, I keep saying you have damaged the boy for life. Win your son. Win them. We have a lot of unwined men today in marriage. That's why our marriages are suffering. Men that are still in the bodies of teenagers, still crushing for 15 girls, even as married people, still behaving like children who cannot take responsibility. A lot of unwined fathers and husbands. That is just the truth. If you don't want your son to repeat the same cycle, win him. And you don't try to win an 18-year-old boy. Start winning early. Early. Manhood is responsibility. Who told you that daddy in the parlor watching film and mother in the kitchen cooking rice? From where? From where? Daughters in the Disney washing plate, sons in the Disney watching cartoon. That's rubbish. Win them from childishness. He said, boy, let them enter the kitchen so that the gas will not bomb. No gas will bomb anybody. There's no gas anywhere bombing anybody. Let the knife not cut him. Which knife? If you cut him, you go and fix it. You go and treat him. Tomorrow you will cut him. 13, I heard that some 14 years, you will still wash their clothes. Like you wash their clothes at 14. Some people, they will clean their room for them. Even serve them to eat. Continue. An unskilled boy will frustrate you. By the time you discover what is going on, wow, you cannot talk, coach. My mental session is full. I don't have time. And I've told people I've even stopped taking boys from 15 years. Because what is an adult? What will I do? An unwined boy will frustrate you. By the time you start frustrating as a teenager, you have high blood pressure. Win your son from childishness. Kings are not childish people. They are under tutors on the time that is appointed for them. Until they are mature, they can be king. The throne is not for children, it's for men. The throne is not for childish people, it's for men. You have a lot of unwined men. And that's why I keep telling men, big head without brain is weight to the neck. Big brain, with big head without brain is just weight to the neck. A lot of families are just carrying weights as heads. Break the circle, so that your daughter-in-law will not be crying over you tomorrow. Break the circle. Win him. Why is he lazy? Why is he going to the school where they're washing his clothes? Why would they wash his clothes? Why will he stay home and he doesn't have a structure? If you're not in inner circle, you can't understand structure. He's at home. He will wake up with game by 6 a.m. and play it. It's a holiday now. Games have become your assistant parents. Hey, you don't know what is coming. You don't know what is coming. Games have become your deputy parents. Some parents are even deputy. The game is the main parents. The media is the one parenting your boys. Like you will carry phone, give to an 11-year-old but with internet, no control. Did you hear that our brain fully developed at 25? So some of us are carrying the load of a 25-year-old and giving an 11 years to think without guidance, to think, just give them phone with internet at 11. I told you, parents, the cases of pornography I've handled in the last 1 year, over 80% of them are boys between the ages of 8 and 12. Rest now. Win them from childishness. No structure. They wake up by whenever they want to and sleep, and they wake up and just, when it's time for school, they wake up and just bathe and go to school. Nothing. They come back, nothing. They do it on Saturday, your your deputy parents' housemaid will wash their clothes, they should be washing their bum too every morning now, so that we know you're a loving parent, over parenting. We have a lot of childish boys, no responsibility, lazy, can't fix anything. They can't go out to buy anything. Yeah, for thing. Oh, you lock them in your room. No. No. Enough of that. Responsibility. Please, let him wash his clothes. Teach him how to iron. Let him even learn how to wash your own. Teach him how to clean his room and clean your own. You can't be cooking and he's lying down and playing games for who to serve him. Wake up to responsibility. We are raising kings with critical thinking that will change the order of things. Parenting is not for loafers. Let's wake up. We are losing a lot of our boys to irresponsibility. Because for me, it's irresponsible. No self-control, like nothing. No self-control because they've not learned the true responsibility. It's one of the ways that we tell boys responsibility is by work. Self-control by work. Some of you, all your son can be just to eat. So before 6 p.m., they've eaten 12 times. It's not for celebration. I'm telling you, win your son from childishness. Eating, eating without really eating. Eating, but yet no life. Just tall, but there's no roots. A lot of trees, when you see them, it's rainy season. They are very tall, but there's no roots down. You see some trees that are not even as tall. When the wind blows, some of them fall. The tall one falls. You know what is making that? It's not about the, it's about the depth. A lot of them are just growing big, but they're not growing roots. They are just growing big, but they're not growing roots. Responsibility. And that's why my academy, I don't joke. You will work, you will do assignment, you will work. And the clothes camp I do for the boys inside the academy is coming to work. You wash your clothes, you will make your meal, you will change tire, you will do everything. You wake up, you wash your bedsheet, you dress it, and I'll score you. Not joking. Everything kings. So that you don't go there as a man tomorrow and become a husband who can do nothing. You become a leader who can do nothing. A lot of men cannot meet deadlines because they've been taught laziness and irresponsibility. You can't raise kings that way. Mothers, win your sons, win them. Oh, my love, he's the love of my life, my second husband. He's not your husband, he's your son. He's your son, he's not your husband. Your son is not your husband. Mommy, your son is not your husband. Win him. Okay, you didn't do it. Okay, don't worry now. Tomorrow, you still want to eat again. Another after you finish one loaf of bread, or you take only 4 slices. You just ate now. You still want yogurt? Okay, go and take it. You want another plate, the 4th plate, or you still take. You want to do this. You want to sleep, or you can't wash the clothes today. Chichi, please help him wash. He's tired today. An unskilled boy will frustrate you. Wait, let them get to teenagehood. And when you now want to bring responsibility, they revolt. No, I'm not used to it. I can't do it. He's not listening. He's lazy. He can't do anything. You taught him laziness now from 6 now. It's what he's taught that he's acting out. Let me try to close. Win your son from childishness. Responsibility. Even in my academy, one of the things we teach at level 3 is structures and routine. You drop your structure and you follow your routine. In fact, we'll have an average where you will score in your exam. We'll follow you up. Manhood is responsibility. His leadership can be at the back. If you be a fool at 40 was not a fool at 10. So if you don't want to have fools at 40, better make sure they are not fools at 11. What kind of sons are we raising? Look at the rate of fraud happening. Courtesy. You know what is happening? Boys are not responding. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. They say school and scan. They don't want to look at the academic performance among boys dropping. You know why? Because of irresponsibility. They don't want stress. Because they've not been trained to be stressed. them. Let me not take them to camp. You will lock them everywhere. Let them not go out. Somebody will carry them there. Keep them at home. Why are they going to school now? If some parents even have opportunity, they will not go to school. Win them. Win them. Let me try to close. That's why we have a lot of unwin men and families are struggling. Big head without brain, I say it again, is weight to the neck. If you're just having a title as a man without mantle, without light, it's just battle you're out for. And I tell parents, if you do your work, the head does not need to shout for the body to follow. Once the head is seeing and is going, the body will just be following. And when the head goes wrong, the whole body is confused. So parenting, as I close, is about you. Whatever the body becomes is what the head. If the head is seeing and moving, then the body is following. If the head don't need to be shouting, hand, will you follow me? Will you follow me, hand? Will you follow? You in my back. You're not following my back. My leg, why are you not following me? Don't you see that I'm moving as a head? If you see somebody talking like that on the road, you think the person is mad. But there's a lot of madness going on in home. Why are you not like this? Why? Who's that? Head is asking son. Head is asking body. Why is it like this? Is it not what you ate? Is it not what you saw? What you heard? What you breathed? Why you shouting? So when parents are yelling, it's just a head yelling at the body. A head yelling at the hand. Mommy. How can you be shouting on your stomach? Why it's paining you? Is it not what you ate? Hi! A lot of our sons are just drum of food. Drum of food. It is you who raised them that way. So if you're a correct head, that is about you, not your son. They're the one that your knowledge gap needs to increase. Knowledge gap needs to increase. And when you follow automatically. And I think it's not when you take your children to for what you instill in them that makes the difference. They will not go to school in Nigeria. Let me never say that. Let me not go to that level. When it comes to raising children, it's the currency of time that gives you more than the currency of cash. The currency of time gives you more than the currency of food. And that time involves attention, skill, discipline, being present. Not shawarma. Shawarma is good. But shawarma without attention is kwashiorkor. The currency of time, parenting is about you. We must teach them, like our VC said, to do dangerous things carefully. Nothing will happen. To do dangerous things carefully. Where are you as I try to close in the journey of parenting? Where is your son? Some parents don't even know their sons. I can share stories upon stories. He's quiet. He's always in the room with his phone. He's a very gentle boy. Some parents don't know their son. Let's stop living in denial and open ourselves to help. The number of boys I'm walking through the journey of homosexuality, through a journey of transformation, only maybe 20 of the parents are aware. Because if I tell you, you collapse. He's quiet. He doesn't talk to girls. Thank God. He doesn't relate to girls. Hey, my son is very good. So quiet. Always in his room. So gentle. Ngwanu. Gentle Jack. Open your eyes and see. You need the third eye to parent in this time. You need more than two eyes. And knowledge will give you the third eye. The eyes of the eagle to see far. And as I close, if your parents are never spiritually sensitive at this time, you will crash. How far can you see? We are raising kings. How well can you see? How far? How far? Let's wake up from this slumber. Let's wake up from what is happening around the world. Let's wake up. We are losing our sons. There's an advantage over parents who know what to do. You will raise wholesome sons. And if they call to fathers, your sons are in their need of you. Everybody wants to be led. They're looking for that male model. What are we doing? Can't teach us a set education. And a husband cannot teach us education. He cannot teach. He's shy teaching about it. But he's not shy on bed in the room, Abi. But you're shy teaching about sex education. But in the room, you're a lion. You're not shy in that one. In our time, we didn't do this. In your time, did you have TikTok? In Snapchat, in your time. We are in level 2, we are level 24th century. Upgrade. If there's one word they are living here, upgrade. Upgrade. I was looking at the statistics of pornography industry the other day and the gaming industry. And the billions that have been spent. I was looking at the way they work tirelessly. But we here, come to this thing, no. Come to this thing. I don't have time. I don't do this. I cannot pay 10,000, 20,000. No, nah. What are they teaching them? What do they know what they say? Oh, goodness gracious. Some people need to suspend that vacation and take them to where they will learn. Like some of the children, one camp is not enough. It's back to back. They are finishing this one directly. They're finishing knowledge. Upgrade. We have left that time where we are saying touch or touch not. Upgrade. What we are fighting is beyond us. We need knowledge. The child you are raising is not for your parlor, it's for the world. You are raising a king. It's not for your bedroom, it's not for your family, it's for the world. Stop raising your son for your family, raise your son for the world. It's a global influencer, not just a family influencer. Raise your son not for your family name, for generational impact. Look at Jonathan Edwards. That man motivates me every day. Years after, we are still speaking about their sons and their family. If he was raising his son, he's only by my family in the morning in our room. Who will not be here? Some of you prepare your son for your home, but you don't prepare them for outside. You forget that this child will soon go to university or somewhere you can't even see. What happens? If you have been raised for the home and that's a little boy leave the house and they can't stand. One small girl, one thing will pass and they're falling. You raise them for your bedroom. Stop raising your son for your home. You're raising a king that will rule the world. And you're just talking about your home. You're talking about your parlor. Take them out to stretch. Take them out to unleash. Let them stretch. Let them do what men do. Let them stop doing what boys are doing. Men, you're building them for the future. You're building them for manhood. Are you not tired with the kind of men we have in our time? Are you not tired with unwilling men that we have? You complain, but yet you do the same thing. My son, my tata, oh, my only boy. Oh, every day you're in the school. Every day you are here. Oh, you forgot your pants. Let me bring it for you. You forgot your sandal. Let me bring. If you forget his sandal, let him walk with slippers. You forgot your pen. Okay, they took your bed. Oh, I'll buy another one for you. You everything they stole. Now your skin is bad though. Why are they stealing all his own? Irresponsibility. No consequences. The day they don't sweep or don't do their work, nothing. You just thank them and greet them and give them food. There's no food for lazy man. Win. 2 words, upgrade and go and win. Start looking for ways to win. Come into the inner circle and get wind and know how to win. How we use the fork to win us. How we use the chisel to chisel out unwanted things so that we can be shaping for the structure that we are talking about. For the building. What we are building is bigger than us. Don't forget that I close. It's a city set on a hill. Going to the hill to set up that city is not joke. I know what happened to me the day I went for hiking on the mountain. It's not joke. It's not for weaklings. It's strength, strategy, skill, so that you will not fall from there. So that you will not be building until the child is gone. It's a city set on a hill. Climbing the hill to set up that city is work, strategy, skill, knowledge, strength. And look at that woman that we're talking about from the beginning. He said when he said his sons bring the vessel, bring, and the son said it's finished, which means the woman didn't just start, he locked the door with his son. He said, oh yeah, it's about us, our life. Oh yeah, begin to bring, you are working, we are working. They didn't just fall down and were watching their mother because their lives were also at stake. Enough. Our generation, if our boys are not equipped to lead families, if families of the next generation, we have no leaders. If our boys are not equipped to lead families, the families of the next generation will have no leaders. So when you're equipping them, you are thinking of the families of the next generation. Look at here today, we are struggling to get one leader that has sense. As in, I went to a school and said they struggle to get male prefects. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed that they struggle to get because they can't find one that is really a leader. If our sons are not equipped to lead families, the families of the next generation will have no leaders. In the next 20 years, we'll still be looking for leaders who will head our nation, our institution. Where are the leaders? Broken men. Let's break the circle. If you're not tired, I'm tired. We can't step out. Look at what is it today. What will happen to our children in the next 20 years? We'll raise our daughters as queens to marry who? Which king? The king we are not raising? Where will they get them from? On the streets? No, we have to work. The time is now, parents. The time is now. If those people are conniving and working, let's hold our hands together. The time is now. If somebody can bring 90 million to promote an ideology and we'll be looking for money, we'll gather ourselves and say, which program are we doing? How are we going to school? How are we liberating? Not just you. Two people that your children are listening to, other people that in your circle, your teachers of your school of churches, come in, let's learn. We need to hold us together. What we are fighting is heavy. It's heavy. It's not a joke. Losing our children. And yet we are watching Telemundo. We are losing our children. You are there dancing. Look at the kind of music played in our home. You are dancing in your home, mommy, shaky, shaky, bum, bum. You do me, twerking, shocking me. Oh, you do me. He will still do your son very soon now. He will do him. It will do him. As some of our children are confused. You are raising kings, and yet you are behaving like a slave who doesn't have wisdom. What kind of music? Shebi our food has done now. They've started the show last week now. They've started the immoral show now. We will stay and be watching too. Laughing. Don't watch what you don't want your child to become. Don't follow who your child should not become. You follow people on social media that don't have values. You laugh, you share their posts, you dance to it, and you want your sons to have values. You are confusing them. Please let the head be correct so that the body can follow right. So we are raising sons without templates. We just put them in the wilderness and there's no map. What are they following? Who are they watching? What are we watching in our house? What kind of friends do we have? What do we discuss around them? What are we even modeling? We want them to become what they've not seen. It can't work. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Not to sit and be watching Telemundo, watching this one movie from this to this. You're just watching or snapping, going anywhere. Selfie. Your child is in ICU emotionally and you are dancing about. It calls for serious business. I'm burdened. I am burdened. I am burdened. I can't tell you the cases upon cases I've seen. I hear some cases, I just break down and crying. I say, how can a human being be going through this because of parental neglect? Your son is 14, is 13, he has not learned anything. You carry him and throw abroad in a very volatile, vulnerable environment. And you now say they want to kill animals. Nobody. How will you make such a dangerous mistake of sending out a child that has not been equipped? How will it work? There's no emergency anywhere. There's no emergency. We're just managing men. Are you not tired of managing? Let's raise our sons right. Win them. You're not your husband. They are your sons that will become kings and men. Win them. Win them, mommy. Win them from breast milk. Win them from laziness. Win them. We're tired of what is going on in the world. We are tired. Tochi can come in because I can talk to you tomorrow, but let us come in and see how we'll close. A lot is going on in our world, and it's time for us to make a change. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you.
Ebuka, the parents in the inner circle said I should tell you that we need a book of your quotes. What was that? Oh my goodness. I don't know about you that is listening. When I was writing, I didn't know whether I should laugh or I didn't know how to react to this session. But you know what? As hilarious and as everything that Ebuka was sharing here, they were so insightful. I mean, I was laughing and the insights were hitting so hard. In fact, by the time Ebuka said, if your son doesn't have a sandals, let him walk with his feet. I was literally on the floor. These are things that I teach, but he brought it and made it look as I can't hold myself. The parents in the academy are literally on the floor. The chat rooms are buzzing. Ebuka said shawarma is good, but the attention without shawarma is for sure. Wherever Ebuka gets these quotes from, I do not know. But I just want to tell you something. Ebuka has delivered like a king that he is. As always, you bring Ebuka to a session. Ebuka kills it. I don't even think that I need to preach to you to join the inner circle. If you want, join. If you want, don't join. At the level where we are right now, I'm laughing so hard that, the things that Ebuka has said here are the things that are so true. A few days ago, Ebuka was part of my team where we were shooting the documentary, and we were telling a lot of stories. Let me assure you, there are things that we'll never share with you online. It will never happen in public spaces. We'll never share it. Sometimes it's because of confidentiality. Sometimes it's because of the way it's going to be perceived. Sometimes it's because you lack the prerequisite knowledge for us to actually be able to share these things with you. And I was sharing with the coaches that I work with, and it's something it hit very hard. Some of these stories, these are just the baseline of the stories. There are stories that we hear. I was surprised that Ebuka did not tell you today that quietness is not the fruit of the spirit. I first heard it from him. And he said to me, Coach, why are they saying the boy is quiet? Is quietness the fruit of the spirit? It's not the fruit of the spirit. So your child being quiet is inconsequential. And like I often say, my child is good, my child is obedient, he's inconsequential. An obedient child is not the goal. There's more obedience. Your child can be a virgin and be foolish. You saw it in the Bible. The foolish virgin. Your child can be a virgin and be foolish. All right? There's just so much. But if you, Ebuka, why were you calling mommy only? I don't understand. What did you do to you? What did you? I felt attacked. Why were you calling? Why was you calling mommy? Ebuka hilariously put all the mothers under the bus. Every single one of us. I saw everyone, he was dragging us under the bus from the beginning of this session to the end of this session. Ebuka said, your son is not your husband. Mommy, your son is not your husband. I was about writing it, and I said to myself, what's the meaning of this? Why is Ebuka dragging mothers? But you know whether Ebuka drags fathers, you might also get your husband to go and watch the TRP Fathers Conference. It was amazing. It was something else. And like I said from the beginning, I don't think that is the time for us to preach to you whether you should join the inner circle or not. The dice are in front of you. You make the choices. All right? We're going to just, give you what is happening. We're going to show you, that there is a way, And one of my favorite scriptures, Ebuka quoted it here, says there's a way to the city. The way of the foolish wearied them, because they do not know how to get to the city. If you're listening to this and you are not in the academy, believe you me, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And I know, because even us, we're looking at and checking all of the things that Ebuka is saying. And that's because there's a place. Knowledge brings stability. Knowledge brings stability. That's why the Bible says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. If you do not have the prerequisite knowledge to raise your sons, you will become unstable. And I like that quote. A fool at 40 was a fool at 10. Don't kid yourself. Anything you do after 18 is fire brigade approach. That's the truth. And I hear some parents who are sitting down here and watching us and thinking, oh, this thing they're saying are for teenagers. My son is only 0. No, it starts with when your son is 0. A failure to launch generation starts with when your son is 0. All right? And one of the things that Ebuka now said, I think that was part of what made me laugh as well. Ebuka said some children don't need one camp. They need more than one camp. Why? Ebuka, why? But I want to tell you that you are looking at the most, I won't even say just successful, the most impactful boys coach ever. If Ebuka coaches your son, trust me, you will move from where you are. So when people come to me and say, "Oh, coach, can you help me with my sons?" I tell you, I don't have the grace to help you with your sons. Take your sons to Ebuka, bring yourself to me. I will help you, mend you, break you, show you how to be a parent. That's my job. My job is not with your kids. All right. If you want a coach, a mentor for your kid, this is the right man speaking here. Trust me, you want Ebuka. Ebuka. And Ebuka is overwhelmed. When we tell people, for instance, as at today, with the projected number we have in the inner circle, we are 80% fully booked. I'm talking about 1,000 people, new entrants. Well, so if you feel that, what are they saying? People are not really responding, you will be the only one outside. Ebuka has so much people in the Leadership Academy that when I send parents to him, parents come back to me and say, that man does not answer people. He doesn't have time. And, it's just to show you how much work. Don't sit on the fence. There's a reason why you are hearing what you're hearing. And I can see my foster daughter right in the comment section. And I want to say shout out to her. Yes, I've launched an adult. If Naya Dedeji is in the inner circle. She said, I can't explain my feelings right now. God bless you, sir. It's a revival. Yes, I had to call out for feeling like a proud mom. Oh, yes. So, of course, that's who we are. So, shout out to you. If Naya, love you, baby. And hey, thank you so much, Coach Ebuka Ede. And Coach Ebuka is on Instagram. You find him on Instagram as Ebuka_boys coach. You can't even miss it. Ebuka_boys coach. Somebody said, can you give more attention in boys and how to guide my son? Go and pay Ebuka. Are you afraid of paying? Go and pay him so that he can guide. Don't ask that kind of question here, please. Go and pay Coach Ebuka.
Come and pay. Let us.
Is it in the TIP conference you will now guide your son? No, now. You will not mentor your son in the TIP conference. Please, go and pay Ebuka. To get Ebuka to sit in a session costs a lot. And I want you guys to go and rave over Ebuka. And Ebuka, I want to say this today. I am proud. I am proud of you. I celebrate you. And when you see someone that you have mentored, you begin to learn. You begin to write when they speak. Of course, that something has shifted. And if you think that you cannot learn from my mentees, I've learned from people that have mentored me. I learned from everybody. So when you sit down there and think, if it comes to boys, I take my son to Ebuka, I do not have the grace. When you sit down there and you think, you know everything, that's one of your greatest undoing. All right. Somebody said, if you've not joined the inner circle, you'll be wary after this. Please come and join. And that's the truth. People didn't want me to let you go. That's one of the reasons why I didn't come up. People were telling me here, they said, leave him to continue talking. We want to be here. Ebuka cannot talk forever. Ebuka gets paid by talking. So pay him. Let him guide your son. All right. I want to say thank you to the TIP team, to Ebuka especially. And I also want to thank the team. They've been a huge blessing to the TIP Academy. I must say that here. Shout out to all the boys, all right, in the Save the Boys. And yesterday, some of them were here with me live, all right, physically working with me to make sure that we have these processes delivered to you. So do not take for granted what we offer you here on a platter of gold. Everything we offer you have been paid for by some people. So don't even think that this conference is just free. What we want you to do is to move to implementation. Information is there. Knowledge is there. But the problem will be, will you implement? And that is what the Academy helps you do. Implementation. It's a parenting revival. It's a time for you. All right.
Yes,
you think that 50,000 naira, 55,000 naira is a lot. Don't worry. After the conference, we increase the fee and then you pay more money. I like money, so I'm going to collect money from you. I don't even right? So when parents come for me to damage control, I tell you, you pay for the session, you pay for damage control. This you couldn't take, courses preventive. I'm a preventive analyst, all right? I have a master's in public health. And one of the things that I tell people is that preventive medicine is one of the best things that can happen to you. You go on to do curative medicine, the choice is yours. We have had parents who will come straight to us and, they spend thousands, millions of naira in 2 hours just because they've fallen into a problem. So while you continue saying, I don't have time to parent my children, I don't have time to parent my children, trust me, that time will come when we hit the rocks. A few days ago, I was with Coach David. I'm not going to share what I experienced at the Bonks. I went to the Bonks on Monday. That's the first place I went to that I started my day with. And when Ebuka was talking about raising boys, I understood it. It wasn't, it was literal. And I'm not talking about people. Just yesterday, we still lost a boy. His father is the president of Court of Appeal. We lost him to drug overdose. So let's not even make all this this thing that we say, oh, it's not, God forbid, it's not my family and all of that. Parenting is hard. It's not a parenting plan. I'm quoting Ebuka. God forbid, it's not a parenting plan. I'm quoting myself. Parenting is not for loafers. I'm quoting my friend architect Lucy. You want to understand that this parenting thing is a big deal. Do not even kid yourself. All right. Thank you so much, Coach Ebuka.
And the Boys Leadership Academy starts on Monday. Those people that their boys are not in, should get them in. Boys Leadership Academy starts on Monday. I think we just have like 20 persons and we are done because I'm flowing the spirit of my mother, Coach Wendy, my mama. People ask me, where did you get this fire from? See the fire here. I'm just drawing from it. All right. We are already loaded and we need to even close before the closing date. If you need to run in at the Boys Leadership Academy starting on Monday, it's a total package of transformation. Make sure your sons are there. So you've shared my handle already, Ebuka _boys coach. They need more questions, we can get there. You're not in inner circle. We were going to another level now. Please come and join. Thank you, Mama, for this opportunity, for mentoring, for equipping, for the fire. And sometimes I want to get tired. I say, my mama is not tired. What is she even doing now? I can't be tired. Thank you for really mentoring, equipping, for showing us the way. We'll keep making you proud. I honor you, Ma. God bless you.
Thank you, Coach Ebuka Ede. I am proud. You can't even imagine. All right, this has been the highlight of my day. At the beginning, Mary Beth spoke. Mary Beth is also somebody that I mentor. I'm so proud. And then this evening, Ebuka is, because that session with Mary Beth was something else. Ebuka is concluding the session again with all of the fire in the world. Ebuka, please, what age of boys will you admit in the academy?
8 years, 8 years to 18, but very soon I'll stop taking from 15 because from next year I'll do 8 to 15. All right. All those ones are adults. So, but for now, 8 to 18. Our big focus is on the 8 to 12 years. Where our focus is 8 to 12. But we'll have the senior category for 13 and above. All right. Because the earlier we start the work, the better for us. And we're also beginning to get plans next year for boys even below 8 to begin to have their own sessions and trainings, because a lot is beginning to go on at that. If those people can be targeting children of 2, 3, we are planning something for boys below that age so that we can begin to inculcate as early as possible.
Thank you so much, Ebuka. If you want to be part of, not if you want to, if you have a boy, take them. Ebuka finished speaking at the father's conference. A father reached out to me and said, I have withdrawn the money I wanted to pay for one holiday. They are not going. They will go to the camp that Ebuka is starting. And it was hilarious, but that's a father who took action. And he paid for 2 of his boys right in the academy. Get your children to learn from other people. Your children will not continue to listen the way they listen at preteens. You've heard it over and again. The academy is online. Whoever is asking, the academy is online. It's all over the world. Whatever academy we run, it's online. So there's no limitation for you. All right? There's no limitation for you. That money you use and buy shawarma, go and use it to register for the academy. That money, I was calculating how much you need. If you're going to pay for the inner circle, when you divide it, 50,000, that's in the now. That is still 55,000 for a year, right? Both your registration and all. When you divide it, you pay less than 4,000 something in a month. And I'm not ready to give you that discount anymore. after the conference. No, I won't be doing that. All right, I'm very straight about it. Okay, I won't be doing that. If you don't get the opportunity to book a slot between now and the time we end this conference, you will be paying the extra increase, and my team will be very glad. Now we have a more robust team, so they will be glad. They will enjoy an increase. They will, of course, everybody will be very happy. Trust me. All right. Thank you so much, Ebuka. Ebuka, what will be your last words to this parents out there?
Wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your sleep. What is happening is huge, and we need parents with the eyes of an eagle to fly. And our boys are going through a lot, yearning for attention, yearning to be led. A lot of them on the streets because they can't find answers at home. Please, let's wake up and become that answer. Thank you so much, and God, please, my love to all my kings at home. Please, the big hugs and love to every one of them. I'm super proud of them, and we are fighting. We are a voice for them, and they will become what God wants them to be. Nothing stopping them because there is a voice, and we'll go all the way. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Coach Ebuka. Coach Ebuka, someone is asking for the fee of the academy. We missed that. Okay, your voice, your audio is locked. We can't hear you.
Okay, it's just a token of 12,000 naira. Materials, workbooks, ebooks, so many things. For now, we are just even giving it for free of 12,000. All right, and a lot. Most of our parents are like, "Why are you just charging 12,000 for this kind of heavy work you are doing?" So everybody is open to enter now. They'll have all the access. All right.
Ebuka is my mentee. I'll go and coach him. You increase the price. Thank you very much. All right, thank you so much. And yes, Ifnaya Adedeji, my daughter, is here. Thank you so much. I see you. Love you, darling. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Ebuka, I see you. I see you, Yadas, fathers, and I want you to please go and rave over all our coaches. All right, go and rave over all our coaches. Please, just go in, rave over them. Tell them that you are grateful. Tag them. All right, that is how we can pay them. All right, with all of the things, you can't really pay. Okay, even the parents that we talk about the inner circle. When you get into the inner circle, you can't pay for the inner circle. That's the truth. No matter how much you pay on an annual basis, it cannot qualify. All right, for it. So we just charge you so that you can pay attention. Because when you pay attention. So we're not charging you enough for what is worth. Because if we charge you for what is worth, many people would actually not be able to afford it. And if you want to be part of the inner circle, please look at the details on our Telegram, channel, or look at this link that is scrolling right under. All right, there's a link scrolling right on that, and you will see all of the details for the inner circle so that you can be part of it. Remember, we are 80% fully booked. People have been, on our neck to open up more slots. For now, we only have 1,000 slots until we're able to, be sure that we can cater for that 1,000 slot. Remember, we already have 1,000 people and more, in the academy. So it means that we're going to be catering for quite a lot, in thousands. And because we deliver for excellence, no, we're not going to be, delivering, just like that because we just want to, have the numbers. No. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I see you tomorrow again. Do not forget that this is TIP Annual Conference 2022. We bring you the best. We show you how it's done. All right. Nobody does it better like the Intentional Parent Academy. Tomorrow we're going to start at 3 p.m. again. And we're going to be having Coach Oluwatoyin Obo. All right, that's also someone that I've worked with, mentored. You want to listen to Coach Oluwatoyin Obo. And then we'll have Uncle Sele. Uncle Sele is going to be here at 4:30. And then we'll have Elizabeth Midodidoff at 5:30 all the way from the US. Then you have Uncle Uwe. Uncle Uwe is going to be sharing his journey into cultism and how he was, he made a mess of his life and what you can do to prevent it. And then we'll have the last session at 8 p.m. Dimanwobi. Dimanwobi is one of the people that actually started, championing intentional parenting down here in Nigeria before, some of us, came here. But she now talks about happiness in homes and how to create happiness. You do not want to be out of this goal setting. TIP is the expectation. Don't be left out. Someone is asking what's on my t-shirt. I am raising kings because I am a king. If you understand the concept of raising kings, then you understand what it is that we do at the academy. See you tomorrow and have an amazing, amazing evening. 3 p.m. is the time. Do not forget to be here. Thank you, everyone, and do have an amazing evening.
My name is Ebuka. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a member of the inner circle of the Intentional Parents Academy. TIP Inner Circle has been one of the best things that's happened to me. I have a daughter of 3. I have foster sons, that are in their teenage age, and even those that are above the teenage age. When I joined TIP last year, my daughter was still 2, and then my foster son, it was really tasking as I had a lot of things to do, my schedules, it was really clashing. At some point I was like, can I go on? Can I continue? I was like, okay, maybe I'll suspend it for another year. And I was just in the midst of that confusion last year. And when I came into one of the sessions one day, I haven't told coach about it, and I can't remember what she said. I remember one of those sessions, after I had that thought, coach was talking about having time. She kept saying, I have time to parent my children. I have time. It hit me. And I felt God was talking to me. And I told myself, I kept saying throughout that session, I have time. I have time to parent my children. I have time to parent my children. And I'm going to take this up. And one major lesson that I learned at the inner circle is that parenting is first about you. And I am first a father before I'm even a boys coach. And that is what God is going to really ask or require of me. How have I been able to raise my own children? I became intentional, attending classes, learning, equipping myself. I drew a structure. I was working with a structure, and that was one of the things we learned at Inner Circle, having a structure that works, having an effective structure, knowing that this time is allocated, these things are important, and I could see it playing out in my life and the way I raise my children. Just last week, my wife told me, wow, I really love the way you parent, our children. I can see results, I can see transformation in their life. In fact, she said, I need to join TIP immediately, Inner Circle immediately, because I can see it working. Even before your child is born, you need to start learning. Even while you are married or even preparing for, you need to start learning. As a toddler, I learned a lot in connecting. I could see that in my daughter. She can connect, she can speak, she can identify her body parts, she knows what to do, she knows when somebody is going beyond boundaries. She herself understands boundaries. She knows that, adult phones are for adults. Hearing the voice of Coach Wendy, the bishop, every day, it's just like God is speaking. The arrows just keep coming, and you are just awakening. Every session is an awakening for me. And people just tell me, how do you relate with this voice so easily? I just smile, and I know that what I'm learning from TIP is in sex conversation, is in connecting, is in building relevant skills. You could see the result practically in my children. You could see it even playing out in my own marriage. Just helps everything, realign everything about you. And for me, I keep saying, Inner Circle is one of the best things that has happened to me. When I see the testimonies at TIP, I'm like, wow, I'm a living testimony. I can say we need to compile a book of our testimonials, and let the world see the transformation that we need. If every parent is in TIP, as in the transformation we need in the world, will just happen to us if we are ready to do the work. I'm having a beautiful family, a beautiful home, because I'm open to learning despite all that I know. And I want to employ every father here. We need you at the Inner Circle. Sometimes I wish every father can just be a part of what is happening at the Inner Circle, because it's a 360 turnaround, knowing where you need to be involved and how, the tools, and there is no way you will practice these tools and not see results. It's not possible. It's not possible. You must see results. And the crisis we're having at home, the disconnection of children with fathers, a lot of women are doing everything on their own. And it's just so beautiful when both partners work together to ensure that the children are raised. There's just a difference. I implore every father to be part of this, to do all you can to be in this. You will thank me later and say, thank you, that coach, for helping me join. That's why I'm a coach. I'm training everybody. I'm learning because I cannot fail as a parent because I'm a coach. Thank you, Coach Wendy. Thank you, TIP. Thank you, Inner Circle. Thank you, fathers that are listening to me. And I want to see you at the TIP, at the Inner Circle next year. I want it to be a harvest of fathers because we are rising up to make the change. Thank you.